I'm Andrew Jordan from Vouched4, based in London. I originally come from Lisburn direction, and I've been in London for about 15 years. About 3 years ago, I left a career in e-commerce and started as co-founder of a startup called Vouched4. Started off with two of us working out of a Starbucks for the first 6 months while we kind of got on our feet. And the platform it's rating and reviewing financial advisors, accountants, professionals, and trying to help people find good advice at important times in their lives. Probably about 9-10 months in, the type of business we were building was a marketplace business where we needed professionals on one side and customers coming to see them on the other. And it's always very hard getting that balance and getting that enough people on there to be useful as a website. So there was one point I think we looked at each other and said, you know, it's not working as fast as we should. What do we do? Should we go contracting for 6 months and come back to it? Should we give up? So, you know, I think we did go through some difficult times and challenges, but you know, there's been great times as well. I think flying back to Northern Ireland once, I picked up the BA magazine and saw they'd done a feature on us that they hadn't even told us about, and lots of little things like that where you see people tweeting about you or hear some of the success stories about people using the site that I kind of think the ups make up for the downs in a lot of the instances. We've learnt our lessons. We've worked out a good mechanisms for getting people on board, getting them engaged, getting people using the site and coming back again. I think, you know, what you want to do that, you want to find out what works so that, you know, it becomes very repeatable. I think that's one of the secrets of having a startup that can go global. Get repeatable processes. Get a good lawyer, a solicitor. Make sure you understand the law in the place you're doing business. Try and build your website from the start. It seems against kind of MVP principles and a bit counterintuitive, but if you put a little bit of thought in at the start and say, right, not every currency's pounds, not every currency's English, just a little bit of thought in that makes transferring, you know, a lot easier whenever you've built a huge platform and you don't have to go back and rip it all to shreds to introduce German or French or Euros, things like that. It used to cost, I think 10 years ago, to write a line of code and get it on a server somewhere. They said cost $1 million. Now you can do it almost free and have a worldwide presence instantly, and it's amazing. It's so cheap to compete, and you know, you look at the successes, the Airbnbs and Ubers, and you know, some of them are based in California, Silicon Valley, but there's ones in London, there's ones in Berlin. There's nowhere, geography has really ceased to matter, and that's a brilliant thing. There's no reason you can't build a world-class business, you know, from your bedroom. We had to get fibre in London because we got new offices, and it took 6 months. But you know, the difference it makes. We don't have a single physical server. We do absolutely everything in the cloud, from email to documents to hosting. It's we could move office tomorrow, and that's a really nice way to be. I think global markets will seek the same things from here as they'd seek from anywhere. What they look to see is, you know, that you can get a good team here, that you can build a strong kind of team of developers, a strong team of, you know, salespeople, whatever it is your business does. I think they'd want to see that you can keep your costs competitive, because that's going to be, I think, a key differentiator. You know, you can run a business here actually for probably a lot less than you know, if people are living in London or Silicon Valley, places like that. I think they'll want to see, you know, that you can get really good people, and I think that's the main thing people will look for, to see that, you know, you've got the connectivity. You know, it's about the people. I think it would be great to see a tech hub startup here, you know, to see other businesses. I think what it brings that connectivity. Whenever you see lots of startups doing different things in the same area, you know, you kind of feed off each other a bit and grow. And if you see that starting to happen, you know, organically, and then you see the councils and the businesses start to give it a push, I think that's brilliant. You know, so many services and things that we use in my company now are from companies local to us in London that we find for payments, for analytics, that we've just been to meetups, and if you get that culture, you get it. It becomes more acceptable as a career choice whenever people see it. And I think sometimes people here have had a tendency to look for safe careers in the past, whereas if they see a growing business, you know, culture of young startups and people succeeding in those, I think what you're going to do is you're going to start to get the best people from university saying, not saying I want to work for the big companies. They're going to say I want to work for a startup. I think a hub brings that kind of validity to it.